You know, if you've been watching the channel and watching a lot of comments in the feed, you guys know that this actually sustained quite a bit of damage doing the Concrete City video. So I'm going to show you guys some of the new mods that we've added to it, a mod that we plan on adding to it, and I want to also show you guys the damage underneath. So I'm going to start off by showing you what's wrong. If I can work my way down here without the shaking too much. Try to do this as steady as possible. But anyway, if I can fish down here, this is not easy. So this bar right here, that black one, that's the steering dampener. Hello, which is essentially a stabilizer. You can see there's this portion here. Inside of there is actually where the shock is. That contracts into here. It's bolted on down there. This, the reason it's so black is because it's been shooting a lot of grease out. So that's busted. I have the replacement coming for this. It hasn't arrived yet, but this is the first thing that I have the replacement coming for. Another thing that's broken is this bar right here. This is the tie rod. Now it's actually the tips, it's not the whole rod. However, I shouldn't be able to do this with it. So the ends down there where it connects to the wheel, that's actually where it's broken at. Let me see if I can I'll show you here. Yeah, see, it's actually listed as the tie rod end. As you can see here, this piece actually comes off. But right there, I shouldn't be able to move this with my hand. It should be really tight. So essentially I should be replacing both of the ends. However, I think I'm going to replace the whole rod for the price of what I'm doing. I think it's going to be better off doing that. Then also inside of the wheels, there's a ball joint there. There's a ball joint up there, which you can't see. Essentially there's two ball joints that hold the wheel on. Those are busted on both sides. And then there's another piece which is bad, and I'm not 100% sure where it's located. It's one of those kind of things that I need RJ for. It's one of the things RJ will know what it is. It's something that's busted by a spindle, and I'm not 100% sure what the spindle is or any of that. So we'll figure that out when we get to it. But that's the that's the damage to this. So the garage that I bought this from and that I take this to, they quoted me $1,500 to fix it. However, between what I found, and RJ has been a great help, he's actually found a lot of parts for me as well. I think we're going to get it around $500 or $600 to fix it ourselves versus having the shop do it. The one thing the shop will have to do though is the alignment of both of the front tires, because taking the dampener off and taking off the tie rod, it's going to affect the toe, which the toe is essentially whether I'll show you with my feet. Okay, so you want them straight, or your toe could be like this, or your toe could be like this. That's essentially how your front tires are going to be, and that's what the alignment will fix. So the alignment the garage will have to do, which shouldn't be too expensive, but me and RJ, mostly RJ, will be doing a lot of the repairs on this. So it's great to have a mechanic handy. So the $1,500 quote, forget about it. We're going to drop it down to about $600 and be able to call it a day. Now, some of the mods that we have added since the incident, one of them is actually this here, which is actually a limb raiser. I'll go in close here so you guys can see. It's got this cool little angry Jeep face, which kind of matches the grill. And then it's kind of like a razor blade, which is neat. And it just goes right here behind the clip that holds the hood down, which I want to replace these also. But what the primary function of this is so that way if there's a branch, which is why they call it a limb raiser, that's going to go in front of the car, just watch my arm here. It'll essentially, instead of hitting the windshield, it'll hit this and go up over. So that way it does not flat hit the windshield or also get caught on any of the electronics that we have right here. So that was a pretty cool mod. Inside of here, you can see I actually had to drill 3 holes for each one and get it right in. So this is sturdy, it's not going anywhere. Plus it's actually locked right behind the pillar mount bracket for the light bars. So definitely not going anywhere, and that should be sturdy. While we're on the inside, I'm gonna let you guys see what else we've done. We've added a new rear view mirror, which is a iron cross, which is kind of cool. You can see it works. You can see the flag back there in the mirror. I thought that was a pretty cool mod. I needed to replace the mirror. It was kind of dated and had a little bit of issues, and I thought that was actually kind of a cool touch. Not really a fan, though, that it wasn't black, that it was chrome, but what I did notice, when you look at it from the outside, so you can kind of see there's a glare, but you can kind of see it right there, but it doesn't look too bad being chrome because it kind of matches with the light bars. So it does kind of tie in a little bit, and it doesn't look bad. You can see my wife's Jeep sitting over there. So if you know this is sitting here, then unfortunately the Mustang's out there street parked. Not a fan of that, but had to get this back here. We got this sitting up on the stands here. A mod that I'm trying to do. Now again, I'm going to try to hope that the camera doesn't move too much while I'm coming down here. It's actually getting rid of this. It's only got one pipe. You can see the exhaust tip right there. I want to make this loud. I don't like quiet cars. I want to be able to hear it, especially off-roading. It'd be kind of cool to hear it. So we're getting rid of the muffler. I have an exhaust system inside the house. However, the bolt here looks like somebody might have actually welded it on, which is a problem. So again, RJ is going to come over and actually just cut this clamp right here. This one's a single. The one that I got is going to be a dual exhaust, so it'll have the 2 pipes coming out the back, because obviously I think that looks a lot nicer on cars, especially when it's something that you're, you know, customizing and building and having fun with. I think a single pipe looks kind of bad, but regardless, it will still be only as you can see right here, it's a single piped exhaust. It's not a true dual exhaust coming from the engine, but it will have dual tips, so it will look a lot nicer, and they're going to be black. It's a black muffler and black exhausts, and they actually have chrome skulls on the sides because it's a Metal Militia exhaust, so it's actually going to look pretty freaking cool. But yeah, so that's my holdup right now, is that I can't really get that bolt off. I have some tools out here now. I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit and see if I can get this bracket also, put the new exhaust on. I doubt it, but like I said, I'm going to at least attempt. But at least while I'm down here, you guys can see what the underneath looks like. There's not any other damage, aside from what I already did, but you can see it's all caked in mud, and this is actually after a car wash and trying to wash the underneath. And when I took it to the shop, they were like, yeah, you definitely off-roaded it, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, I did. And they're like, yeah, we could tell because there was mud in places that we didn't even know we could get mud into on these things. So this is what the underneath of a Wrangler looks like. Gonna try to get up here. Oh yeah, this is also what the a trailer hitch looks like for a Wrangler. They don't have a big one that actually connects well. It's literally just this from front to back here on this piece of the frame, and a bolt that goes, or a nut, a bolt that goes through and a nut that goes on it to hold it. So these aren't rated for hauling anything really heavy duty, You can haul a few things, and obviously, like the flag, it's not a problem. Let me try to get out of here now. Oh man. And as far as the house shopping goes, just so everybody has an update, we do have the offer in. We went and did the inspection and everything, and so far so good. Now it's just a matter of hoping that everything gets finalized and go through. So that's where I'm at with this. But yeah, so stay tuned for a few more live streams. Bear with me. I'm still editing some content. I just can't upload at the moment. But anyway, I figured I'd check with you guys check in with you guys and let you all know how it was going with the Jeep, since you guys had seen that there was damage done to it. And now you guys know what it was. So thanks everybody for stopping in. Thanks for catching the replay if you're coming in late. And I'll see you guys next time.